The New York Knicks season on the ropes as they enter the final quarter of Game 3 of the Eastern Conference Final Sunday night. But then Cat came to life, scoring 20 points in the fourth, matching Indiana's entire output in that quarter and doing just enough until Jalen Brunson hit a tie-breaking 12-foot floater, 1:17 left to give New York a lead for good. Here's Cat and Brunson after a much-needed dub.
I think this team has shown grittiness all year. Detroit series, Boston series. Tonight was a night we got to show that kind of never say quit attitude, and it's a testament to everyone in that locker room.
The biggest part of our comeback and everything was, we could quickly start to point fingers. We can quickly start to just turn on each other, but we got together as a team, and we made sure that everyone was encouraging each other and making sure that it's not over. We got to keep fighting, keep chipping away, and we did that. And I'm just proud from the way we responded. Yeah, we needed it.
Certainly stayed together, showed a lot of resilience. New York enjoying this morning headlines. Here's the front page of the New York Post. Chokes on them. We'll see if the choke was a little premature.
That's a good one.
We gotta wait till it all plays out though for that. But Stephen A., we know what will be pivotal to winning this series, and that's obviously Game 4. Who do you think is winning it?
Well, I'm going to go with my Knicks because I think it's urgent. If they don't win this game, I don't think they get out of Game 6. They could possibly lose a Game 5 at the Garden, considering how they played at MSG compared to how they've looked on the road. But I would surmise they would win that game. But are you going to come back to Indiana, win a Game 6, and overcome a 3-1 deficit? I think that's a daunting task and a predicament they do not want to find themselves in. I don't think they have enough depth or offensive firepower to put themselves in that kind of precarious position, and they're going to be able to overcome that. So I'm going to say that they'll win Game 4 because of the urgency of the moment. But I caution everybody to understand this. The Indiana Pacers have looked suspect throughout these playoffs in one game. That's Game 3s. Every other game, they've looked very formidable. And I think that when you're on your home court up against the Knicks and you know that you positioned yourself to have a 20-point lead on the road against the New York Knicks in Game 3 before you blew it, I think it's one of those situations where Rick Carlisle, I think he's going to look at things that he could have done better, and I think he's going to make the necessary adjustments because he's a Hall of Fame caliber coach. And I think some of the mistakes that you saw Indiana making yesterday, I don't think that's going to be the case in Game 4. On their home turf, they're going to come ready. They're going to know that they need to win that game in order to secure the advantage that they're looking for. And the New York Knicks are going to have to bring something close to their A game in order to walk away with a victory. Indiana in Games 4 and 5 have looked incredibly formidable throughout these playoffs, okay, against Milwaukee, against Cleveland, and I see no reason to believe why they're going to slide in this particular game. The Knicks are going to have to beat them. I don't think Indiana's going to beat themselves.
Okay, so Stephen A. going with the Knicks to win Game 4 in Indy. Keith, where are you on this?
I'm staying with Indiana. This series has been a wild one. If you look at Game 1 and Game 3, the team that started fast was the team that lost. Mm-hmm. So now if I'm looking at that dynamic, I don't want to start fast. Let's just be steady throughout the game. If I'm Indiana, I know we play fast. I know we play 10 guys, but we have to be steady and learn how to close games. If I'm the Knicks, which like I said, I'm taking Indiana, but if I'm the Knicks, I'm going to Cat all game. This is going to be an imprint of Cat and Jalen Brunson. This entire game will be an imprint of Cat and Jalen Brunson, and I do have Indiana winning this game.
Right.
I still got the Knicks in. I'm kind of happy you said that, right? Because if you look at the numbers, and I'm not a number guy, but 6-1 on the road is impressive. It's impressive. So that means to me, that says to me that they're not rattled by being in Indiana, right? And Jalen Brunson only played 30 minutes, Cat only played 33 minutes. So that actually they got a little bit more rest than what they normally would get because they're 40-minute guys under Tibbs, right? The question is, does Tibbs trust his bench again? Like, will he be able to get his bench to play like they played last? And what will Indiana do to keep Cat out that paint? Because now that they see that Miles Turner can't guard him at the three-point line at all. Like, he was getting down the paint like he was a guard, right? He was getting to the paint and he was creating a three like he was a guard. I want to see the adjustment on that, but I got to go with the numbers. I like the Knicks being 6-1 on the road and winning games. I think that they can take this game.
S.A.?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm of that mindset. I mean, don't get me wrong. Let's understand that Cat's got to play well. Brunson can't be in foul trouble. You can't beat Indiana replicating what transpired in Game 3. Brunson being on the bench when it counts because he's in foul trouble. Karl Anthony Towns plagued by some foul trouble as well. You got your Shaman coming off the bench, Wright coming off the bench, Miles McBride, even though, again, he has the best plus-minus of anybody with the New York Knicks. Mikal Bridges has the worst. We get that. I think it's going to take a concerted collective effort. OG Anunoby's going to have to hit open shots. Mikal Bridges is going to have to hit some of those key shots, mid-range primarily. Stop launching those threes. That ain't been really working for you, even though you've hit a couple. And I think that, they've got to stay out of foul trouble.
Okay.
And it's going to have to be a situation for Game 4 when Brunson's going to have to play a majority of the fourth quarter.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to ask you. It sounds like you're going Brunson. But if the Knicks are to come back, do you feel like it's more dependent on Cat or Brunson, S.A.?
Brunson. Because I think they'll look for him to close. I don't think that you're going to see Karl Anthony Towns drop another 20 in the fourth quarter again. I think he'll get his points, but I think it'll be spread out throughout the game. He's not going to explode like that. I think you're going to need Brunson in the game for a chunk of the fourth quarter in order to pull off a victory in Game 4. I think that under any other circumstance, I can't see it happening.
You going Brunson or Bodega Cat?
I'm going to Big Bodega. Brunson is going to be Brunson. He has been Brunson the entire playoffs. You don't have to guess at what he's going to do. 23 points. He only played 30 minutes last night. He was in foul trouble. He was 10 for 10 from the free throw line, and he closed the game with a big bucket at the end. But if you don't get that dominated game from Cat, they don't have a chance to win this series or win that game. So I'm going to stick with the Big Bodega. Let's do it, Cat, man. Root for you, brother. I'm not even going to say Cat or Jalen Brunson. I think Cat dominates them and dominates the Pacers. History, right? In history, it says it, right? Jalen Brunson has been killing the playoffs. I think it's Tibbs. I want to see his adjustments. I want to see what does Tibbs go to after this one. Seeing the things that work for you after being down 20 and getting some things to work and getting some guys to come in. What's the adjustment? Do he play the bench guys?
Well, Marcus.
Do he not play him? If the guys are in foul trouble, what's the dynamic of how he coaches this next game?
Go ahead,
I got a question. I got a question for you, Marcus. So what do you think, based off of what we saw in Game 3, what do you think that Rick Carlisle is going to throw Tibbs' way that Tibbs is going to have to adjust to, as opposed to Tibbs just simply replicating what transpired in Game 3? What do you think is going to happen that Tibbs is going to have to adjust to?
I think that you can't guard Miles Turner on Cat on the wing. We've seen Cat be able to create from the three, which is different. He's a center, right? He's a center that's putting the ball on the floor and getting to the paint. That creates a lot of problems. That creates fouls. That creates open shots. If I'm him, I put Siakam on Cat. Now them driver lanes is done. I put the big fella Miles Turner on Josh Hart, and we make Josh Hart make shots, right? Every time Cat is at the rim, Miles Turner come and we shots. And that's the part where I think that you have to do that. You have to make sure that Cat is not dominating from the three-point line. They don't post him that much, so it's not like he's killing on the block. But where he's doing his damage is from the three-point line on in. So I will put a smaller guy on him. You can't shoot no trail threes.
Pick up.
Every time he comes over half, we right here. Siakam has